Hello, everybody. Um, Today I was going to do something, but I'm going to focus on something else. So for the last week, I have been struggling, uh, more than I have in a really long time. Not with my addiction or school. School because it's secondary. It's tertiary to the problem. Um, I I've been having a really bad anxiety. I had full blown panic attacks starting like midway through last week, and it crippled me. I mean, I couldn't even leave my room. I was trying to do homework at school, and I mean, I could only read like a sentence, and I would have to just go back to the beginning and read it all over again, and read it all over again because I couldn't retain anything. I mean, everything was just firing in my brain. The lights were so bright that every sound was so loud. Everything moving in front of me seemed like it was moving at light speed. I mean, it was just sensory overload. Um, until about yesterday. Uh, you know, I tried to do my best and get through it, but I mean, I, if anything, in my addiction, I've learned to just, accept what's going on and deal with what I have. Being self aware is probably the most important thing anybody can be, addict, non addict. I mean, knowing what you're working with, your body, your mind, lets you know what you need work on. The things you do need to work on in order to be successful in life, to be healthy in life. You need to know what you're working with in your body, mind, soul. So in my recovery, I have become really self-aware, and just accepting things that are wrong with me, and a lot of that has been having to deal with my health. And I've always been so healthy growing up. I mean, I played hockey, football, and lacrosse. Um, Always ate really well. Uh, just stayed on top of everything. I worked out, played sports year round. Never really worried about what I was eating. Uh, am I being like physical enough? Am I doing enough physical activities? I never had to worry about stuff like that. And now I have to figure out ways to even be physical, because of injuries, because of anxiety. And last week, whew, it, I haven't had a bout like that in about like probably like anywhere between 12 to 18 months. I went to the ER probably about probably about probably about 14 or 15 months ago for the same thing. And this is the one thing that's super discouraging about being an addict. I can't go to my local ER without getting piss tested. I went for the flu because I needed meds to help me get through the flu. I had a fever for almost 3 days, of over 102. And before they would even treat me, they made me prove that I wasn't doing drugs. And that's a hard pill to swallow. No, no pun intended. That's really hard to get over. This time I went in there, my blood pressure was crazy high. I was red, because of my blood pressure. I mean, my hands were swollen. It was so bad, and I had to wear sunglasses because the sunlight was so bright that it was making me feel like my brain was like shaking inside my skull. It was like I had this internal vibration, like almost like I was about to have a seizure or something. And they stuck me in a room by myself, and it took over an hour and a half to even get seen by the doctor. And then they came in and said that they'd like to help me, but I had to give me a urine screen first. And it's like, do I have to come in here with my legs broken, with my arm falling off in order to get like treated like a normal human being because I just don't think it's ever going to happen again. I honestly don't. I think I'm red flagged at Samaritan for the rest of my life. And that sucks. It sucks that I can't just be treated like a normal human being ever again. You know, it's demoralizing, and the medical service industry needs to get educated in chemical dependency. I mean, I've got just about 2 years clean and am still being treated like I'm running the streets and shooting up. You know, it hurts. It hurts. And I understand, you know, for all the people out there that are, well, you did it to yourself, Greg, blah, 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 blah. I know that. I get that. But at some point, I mean, when am I going to be looked at like an individual, not an addict? Just that label. That's my identifier. It's awful. It's an awful feeling. I don't know. But aside from that, I want this video to be about more, honestly, it's been bleak so far, but I want it to be more about inspiration because yesterday I was talking to a friend and for some reason, you know, I read something and I was like, you know what, like, man, I mean, we all end up the same. It doesn't matter if you're Albert Einstein or Kurt Cobain. I mean, we all end up in the ground. I mean, we have no significance on how the world turns on a day-to-day basis, and we all just die. And that's super bleak. But, you know, I mean, in a way it's true. But my friend told me, like, you know, she was like, Greg, you're so strong. You're such an inspiration to so many people. And I had to, like, take a step back and be like, oh, man, you're right. You know, like, if I can be clean from heroin, man, I can get through this funk that I'm in the last week or two. So I took positive steps today. You know, I told myself last night I was going to go to bed. I was just going to wake up natural. I have a lot of stuff to do today for homework and school and studying. And I've been trying to do it and chip away at it since I had my panic attack. And it's just been impossible. I've been able to do just the smallest things. But today I woke up. I did some fat man yoga, meaning I did some stretches in the sun. I did some sit-ups, some push-ups, not too much, just like to get the blood flowing a little bit. And I took a shower. Last night I put my Beats headphones on and listened to some Kendrick Lamar and some J. Cole and some Chili Peppers and just cleaned my shoes with some Rejuvenator and, you know, just kind of took in the air. I was just breathing and took that feeling into today, into the yoga. And I've already done a take-home quiz, and I wrote down some flashcards for my exam. I did my technical writing homework, which was making a whole new resume. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video because if this isn't a perfect time to make a video, I don't know what is. Because, I mean, videos shouldn't just be about when I'm feeling great. If I'm really going to take you guys along with me, I need to start making them when I actually have some other feelings. And, man, I'm actually starting to feel a little bit better today. You know, a lot of that has to do with, you know, taking just little baby steps of, like, taking positive steps, you know, little ones. I wasn't just going to be like, oh, I need to study for my exam today because my test is tomorrow. You know, it's just like, let's get through yoga. Let's get through some breathing exercises. We'll see what we can do after that. And I started this last night. I was like, let's just get through a couple songs, cleaning some shoes, some breathing exercises, and try to get to bed without any hiccups, without any anxiety. And it helps. It helps me get back on the horse, and tomorrow I'm actually going to be able to go to school. I didn't go to school last Friday. I was literally unable to. I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have ended up in the ER again. Everything was just a sensory overload. Everything. And, and when I say last week was bad, I mean, it was bad. When I go through these episodes, I feel like I'm dying. Like, I'm preparing to say goodbye to my family. It's that bad. I don't know how to explain it besides it feels like my world is about to end. It feels like I'm about to have a seizure or a heart attack. Um and it's so scary. And honestly, it has been easy to stay clean because I'm so afraid of using because of my health. I'm afraid of dying. And I'm only turning 31 in December. Like, I have a fear for those things now because that's how bad my anxiety gets. In a way, I'm lucky for it because at least I'm not concerned with using, because using finally scares me. It never scared me before, but now it's fucking terrifying. Like, I don't want to die, I enjoy being an uncle and a brother and a son, and I love the things I have in my life now. And taking a step backwards doesn't even seem like an option. It really doesn't. And I'm lucky and I'm grateful and I'm thankful for that. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to make these videos too, because I get a lot of feedback from people that have been through similar things, and actually look forward to seeing what I have to say. And I make these for myself, but I make these for them too, and for the people who haven't seen them yet. um I mean, I don't know what else to say besides, things things get hard for addicts, just like they do for everyone else, and I think it's important to just be honest with ourselves. Addicts, more so than other people, I mean, we have to constantly keep ourselves in check. If we don't, things go downhill very, very fast. We can always make that choice to sneak around and get high if we want to, but we have to keep ourselves in check. I mean, we can put people and systems in place to keep us in check, but ultimately, if we want to bypass those, we can bypass them. It's still that internal fortitude to want to stay clean, and it's a battle some people fight on a daily basis. I'm lucky. I honestly don't even think about it most days. I forget that I'm an addict. I don't feel like one. I don't feel like that's my identifier. I'm past that. There was a point in time in my life where I first tried to get clean the first time, from when I was on pain meds through the pain clinic, and I felt so guilty. I carried so much guilt that my identifier to myself was I'm just an addict. I was in a state of depression after a couple things happened in my life, and man, I've come a long way. And luckily, my friend yesterday pointed that out. I've come so far, and how can I let a little anxiety keep me in this hole? I can't, because it's just anxiety. Is no matter how much my brain tells me, oh my God, the doctors are missing something. I mean, I've gotten so much blood work done. I've had so many EKGs, so many labs. I mean, I've had oh, let's get hold on. There we go. I've had so many labs done, and they haven't found anything. I've got to trust that I'm okay. I'll be honest with you. Part of me doesn't feel normal every day, and that might just be my anxiety, or it might be something else. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If it comes, if we find out that there's something wrong with me, then we'll deal with it. But for right now, I'm a heroin addict in recovery with almost 2 years clean, in school with practically straight A's. I got 2 B's that were only a point away from being A's. So if I had done extra credit, they'd be A's. I'm a dummy. But I'm doing well. And I need to remind myself of that, to not let all the little things get to me in life, because if I do that, I'll start to get overwhelmed and the feeling of being bogged down, and that's not me. I'm always happy and ready to go. And these little episodes, they get the best of me sometimes. But anyways, that's it about anxiety. If any of you struggle with anxiety, panic disorder, I have a lot of information about it. I know ways to fight back. I've been dealing with it naturally since I was taken off my meds about 2 years ago, because I got put on a med that they're contraindicated. And if you need help, I'm always available. Just comment down in the comment section or send me a message. I'm on Instagram, Snups, Facebook, Snapchat, the works. But the quickest way would probably just to leave a comment or email me or get on Facebook. I wanted to show you this real quick. This was my latest pickup. You saw it in the beginning. It's a Timberland premium nubuck suede 6-inch. This is like the standard Timberland boot. These look phenomenal with jeans and pretty much any pants, but jeans especially. I'm waiting for the repellent and water resistant to get in from Rejuvenator. I ordered it like almost 2 weeks ago, but it's taking forever to get here. I got those for an insane price. They're typically between $160 to $200 on the more popular sites like Foot Locker, Foot Action, Finish Line. They're closer to like $200. Even on Amazon, they're like $180. But I got those for $125 plus tax at the Shoe Depot in Watertown, New York. I think this sale is still going on, so if you want to get some, they were running out quick because they were running out of, that sale was crazy. I mean, they were running out of sizes fast. I went in there the first week, and there were 3 size 13s, which is what I wanted to get, and like 4 or 5 size 12s, and when I went back the very next week, every 13 was gone, and that was one of 2 size 12s left. So, I mean, that was last week, so I don't know what they have left, but if you're below a size 12, there were more. But if you want to get some for that price, which is literally the lowest I've ever seen for that boot, I would give them a call. Again, it's the Shoe Depot in Watertown. It's in the Salmon Run Mall. Other than that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys for the support. It means a lot to me. It keeps me going, honestly. And I hope you guys like the video and subscribe and are liking this journey that I'm on and taking you guys on with me. I really enjoy this. It keeps me focused, and I've learned that a lot of people actually like this and get help from it. So, I don't see me stopping anytime soon. And thanks for tuning in. Peace.